And now comes my fourth rule. I have said about 3 rules, right? So the next fourth rule, as I said, main verb instead of main verb, if at all, for example, she quarreled with me. Question tag, please.
Did she?
Didn't she? Didn't she?
Didn't she? Didn't she? Because V2 form. When we come across V1 and V5 form, here we'll use do or does based on the subject. Here, if the subject is singular, we'll use does. If the subject is plural, we'll use do. So, whereas as we came across V2 form, we are using did. And the sentence is positive, sorry, the statement is positive, so we are using negative tag over here. This is the fourth rule. What I want to say, nobody framed that rules. I am framing. I am giving that. I'm taking a small thing also as a rule. Next, the next rule, what I want to say is that when the sentence is having indefinite pronouns. Can anyone say what are indefinite pronouns?
Anyone, anybody, someone,
yes,
somebody.
Yes, absolutely true. Anyone, anybody, someone, somebody.
No one, nobody.
No one, nobody. Still. So
No.
whatever it may be. So the fifth rule, what I want to say is that whenever you come across indefinite pronoun, if the sentence statement is having indefinite pronoun, then the subject in the tag always will be they. For example, somebody invited me. Question tag. Already I said, so now you need to say. But I want to ask.
Yes, ma'am. Didn't they?
You said, sir, fine. Didn't they? We'll tell you how. So as sir is very quick to answer, he gave the answer. As somebody is indefinite pronoun, so we are using tag pronoun as they, because it is a rule. Whenever you come across encounter indefinite pronoun in the statement, we need to take the help of they. So why we are using did not, didn't means because this is V2 form. As it is V2 form, we are using didn't. Now, I want to say, she seldom weeps. Tell me. But I want to ask, sir, one moment. I want to ask Srivida teacher.
Didn't she? Is it didn't she?
Didn't she? Your answer is didn't she?
No.
Does she?
Does she?
Madam, seldom is already negative word, I think.
Absolutely right. So that is my sixth rule. What is my sixth rule means? Whenever the words, few words are there which gives negative meaning. What are those words like barely, seldom, scarcely, hardly, H-A-R-D-L-Y, hardly. So never, no, not, neither, like this. So if you come across these words in the statement, if the statement, not only if you're directly, if you see not, then you can identify it as a negative statement, and here we'll go ahead with positive. But if at all, if not is not present, instead of not, so many words are there who can replace that word not as a synonymous. So when you come across seldom, barely, hardly, scarcely, neither, never, not, none, so these are also the negative words. So when you come across these words in the statement, definitely the tag should be in positive. The tag should be positive. So why we are using does over here means because here also there is no auxiliary verb in the sentence. No auxiliary, no be forms, no do forms, no have forms, and even modal auxiliary is also not there. What is there here? There is a main verb, and that main verb is presented in V1, V5 form. That means present tense. As it is a present tense, we are using this. As VIPS is singular form, we are taking the help of does, singular form. So this is the 6th rule what I want to say. Next, we'll go for the 7th rule. So what is the 7th rule means? Whenever the sentence is having introductory words like this, that, these, those, one, it. So whenever we come across this, that, these, those, one, it, I think I'm very clear. I'm using the word introductory words. I'm not using the words like demonstrative and distributive. These words will act as demonstrative and distributive adjectives also. So now I'm using the word introductory words. So when you come across these words in the statement, for this and that, if this and that is the introductory word in the statement, then in question tag, the subject always should be it. In question tag, the subject always should be it. Whereas earlier we said when we are using indefinite pronoun in the statement, then the question tag always will have they as the subject. Here, when introductory word is like this and that, the subject always in the tag should be it. When you come across these two words, these, those, then the subject always should be they. For one, we'll use one only. For it, anyhow, we'll use it only. Can anyone give example with this, or shall I?
This is a book.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. This is a book. So question tag should be as auxiliary verb is there, and this is a positive sentence. So first we'll write this. Isn't it? So for this, yeah, as this is introductory word in this statement.
Isn't this?
This no, isn't it?
Isn't it? Okay.
This should be replaced by it. Isn't it? If I say these are books as your statement, I want to extend this. These are books which I want, or will not go for the further sentence. These are the books. So here, yeah.
Aren't they?
See, I'm writing mistakes, but no one is identifying, or I think you are neglecting. Isn't? Aren't they? Aren't they? No. One should respect one's country. Question tag, please. One should respect one's country.
Shouldn't one?
What is the auxiliary over there in the statement?
Should.
Then shouldn't.
Shouldn't
as
one.
one is introductory word, yes. Shouldn't
One to one.
One only. Right. So this is my which rule? 7th rule.
Yes, ma'am.
That means except Geeta, no one is listening attentively, I think. You are not showing all ears. Please, I want all ears over here.
Ma'am, could you please repeat
Now, ma'am,
7th
we are
rule, ma'am?
listening.
Ma'am, Rani
Yes.
ma'am, could you please repeat 7th rule?
Yeah, the 7th rule is that whenever we are using the introductory words like this, that, these, those, one, and it as an introductory words in the statement, So the question tag, in the question tag subject, for this and that, the subject should be it. For these and those, we'll use the subject as they. But when you come across one, the subject will be one only. If you use it, it will be it only. Subject of this is tag subject. These words are introductory words in the statement. There is a little bit different for distributive pronoun and distributive adjective and demonstrative adjective and introductory words. That is the reason I'm telling it in a separate rule. Next, we'll see with that also. Because these, those will act as demonstrative pronouns, will act as distributive pronouns, will act as demonstrative adjectives and distributive adjectives, but it depends on the sentence. It depends upon the sentence. So I'm not taking the terminology as distributive and demonstrative. I'm using the word introductory. So how we'll use with demonstrative or distributive adjectives means, that is another rule. We'll go with that. So if the statement has a demonstrative or distributive adjectives, it will depend upon the number, gender, and the person which we are using in the statement. Gender of the noun or number of the noun and the person, whether it is feminine gender or male gender, masculine gender or feminine gender, or number in the sense whether it is singular form and plural form, and whether it is person, first person, second person, third person. So first person means the person who is speaking, that means I and we. Second person, always the listener, you. Third person, about whom we are speaking, he, she, it, they, etc. So it depends upon the sentence. It depends upon the noun, gender, the number, and the person. We'll go ahead with the example. For example, if I say, this girl is dancing. So if I use this as an introductory word, definitely what it should be, isn't it. But here this is not introductory word. This is the word which is speaking about the noun girl. This is the noun. So the word which talks about, which qualifies, characterizes, which speaks about noun, which tells the quantity, quality, whatever it may be. If the word in the sentence which is speaking about a noun is called adjective, as you know. So here, this is what adjective this is. As it is pointing out, this is a demonstrative adjective. Demonstrative adjective. So here the word this is acting as a demonstrative adjective. So in such cases, we are not supposed to use it directly. It depends upon the noun, gender, person, and number. So here we cannot say the person because it is third person girl, feminine gender, and singular form. So what we have to use?
Isn't she?
Isn't she? Isn't she? Isn't she? You are not supposed to use it. If I say, these girls are dancing. These girls are dancing. Then immediately,
Aren't they?
Yes, absolutely right. Now if I say, one man can do this. One man can do this. Now the question tag will be,
Can't he?
Sir? Excuse me.
Can't he?
Absolutely true. Can't he? We are not supposed to say can't one. Why? Why means one
Is acting as adjective.
It is a distributive adjective. Man is a noun over here, and it is acting as a distributive adjective. So what is my rule means, whenever you come across distributive adjectives and demonstrative adjectives in the statement, so the subject in the tag should depend upon the noun which you are referring in statement. On the noun, it depends upon the number, that means singular or plural form, and gender, and it depends upon the person. it is third person and male gender and singular form. So we are using he. As it is male gender, he. We are not supposed to use this. Then I think it's clear. Next, if you go for the sentences with the let, once again over here in the statement, except the first person, after let, anyhow there is one more rule. Can anyone say, can we use the word let we? After let, can we use this pronoun we?
No, ma'am. Let us.
Yes,
Yes.
because this is in nominative case.
Yes. Objective pronoun should be used.
Yes, objective case. Objective case. This is nominative case. This is objective case. So the word let always takes objective case after it. We are not supposed to use nominative case along with the word let. That is the primary rule. So we are not supposed to use we. We are supposed to take the objective case us. So what I want to say is, let me, let us. First person. Alright. So for the first person, it will differ, and for second person and third person. Second person is you. Third person, she, he, it, they. Anyhow, objective case of this second person is you only. For she, will write her. For he, him. Why I am giving gap means I am thinking that anyone will answer, but no one is answering.
We cannot predict your mind, ma'am. If you ask only, then we can reply.
Okay. They tell me, for they objective case,
Them,
they is nominative case.
Them, ma'am. Them.
Them. Right. So as a rule, as a thumb rule, after let we are not supposed to use nominative case. We have to use objective case only. But when we use second person or third person or first person after let, in case of first person, that means me and us. In the tag form, the subject always should be nominative case, we or I. But whereas for second person, third person, always will use the word you only. Whether it is her, him, them, it will use you only as the subject in tag form. With example, you'll understand. I hope many of you know, but few people who are unable to understand. Let me give the example as let us go. Not now, after the session, but let us go. Question tag? Question
Shall
tag,
we?
I want
Shall we?
shall we or will we? Which one?
Shall we, ma'am?
Shall we? Yes, absolutely right. Shall we? One more thing, there will be no negative form when we are using this. There is no negative form. When we are using let in the statement, we can't go for negative tag. Always will go with the positive tag only. And we are using shall, we are not using. If I say, let her go. Let her go. For this let her go, what is the question tag? Which question tag we can use here?
Shall you? Oh, sorry. Will you? Not-
Will you?
Oh.
Yes, absolutely. Will you? Shall is used for first person, whereas second person and third person always takes will. Second and third person will take the help of will. First person, I and we, always will take the help of shall. So let her go. As there is a third person over here, but whether it is second person or third person, the subject of tag always should be you only. That is the condition, that is the rule. So we are using will you. Even if I say let them go, I need to ask as will you only, because you predicts both the singular and plural form. For one also I can say you only, 2 listeners are there, I can say you only, 100,000 listeners are there also. In English we are having only one word to predict the singular and plural form, that is you. So will you only, for that also I'll use will you only, right? So this is one more thing. And next rule, if we are using imperative sentences, if imperative sentence is there, if the imperative sentence is positive, then we can use 2 ways question tags, positive question tag and negative question tag, and that also always will be will you or won't you, will you or won't you, right? But if the sentence is negative, right, if the sentence is negative, then we'll use will you, only one thing. For example, don't break the window, I said. Don't break the window. Here we are, there is no subject over here in the sentence, because imperative sentences always will be to the second person directly. Though we are unable to see the subject over here in the statements, always we need to predict that the listener is the subject over here. So always we'll go ahead with listener means second person. So you only. Definitely we'll take the help of you only. So the sentence is negative. Don't break the window. I'm saying don't break the window. The question tag will be in positive. Will you? But if I say break the window, I can use the question tag in both ways. I can say won't you and will you. I can ask both, because the imperative sentence is a positive statement. If at all the imperative sentence is in a positive way, the question tag can be posed in both. In negative way you can say, and even negative question tag you can use, positive question tag you can use. Unless the statement is negative, you are not supposed to use positive. If the statement is negative, then you have to use only positive tag. You are not supposed to use won't you. Don't break the window, won't you means it's wrong. Don't break the window, will you? That is the apt answer to that. So this is regarding imperative sentences. And one more. Imperative, in imperative only I want to extend one more thing, that if the imperative sentence is like annoyance or irritation, we can use the question tag only this. You are not supposed to use will or won't. For example, shut up. Why we will use this imperative statement shut up? Because you are irritated by their behavior, or you are annoyed by their, you are vexed by their behavior, or so and so. For that reason we use this word, right? Shut up. So if the imperative sentence is having such a expression, if the expression is irritating or annoying or vexing, then the tag always should be contradicted form of modal auxiliary, that is can't. Can't you? Right? Shut your mouth, shut up, whatever it may be. In the irritation, in an annoying way, if you say something, we need to take the help of can't, but you are not supposed to use the word won't. If you use won't along with shut up, that is wrong, because there is irritation or annoying or vexing expression in the statement. So that clarity I want to give you. If there is no expression of irritation or annoyance or vexing, then we can use will or won't. But if there is an expression, we have to go shift for can't. This. Next. Only I think
Madam,
something I have missed.
Madam?
Yes.
In the negative form, in the imperative sentence,
Negative, yes, in imperative sentence.
Yeah.
If the statement is negative, then we have to use only will you. The tag always will be will you. If the
okay,
imperative sentence is positive, then we can use both positive tag and negative tag. We can say won't you, we can use will you, both.
Okay, thank you.
It's up to the situation. It's up to the situation which you want to use. Based on the situation, we can go ahead. Won't you or will you? Right, sir? Then I think I have missed something. Yeah, when I'm saying about indefinite pronouns, I have missed something. So when you encounter like things like nothing, everything, something, still any? Nothing, everything, something, thing. This.
Anything.
Anything. Thank you, Geeta. Anything. So whatever the thing may be. If you encounter these words, if you come across these words in the statement, if you see these words in the statement, in the tag form, in the tag, the subject of the tag always will be it. Always will be it. For example, everything is fine. Everything is fine. So question tag?
Isn't it?
Yes. Isn't it? Isn't it? If I say nothing has improved. Nothing has improved. So the question tag?
Is it?
Has it?
Okay.
Yes.
Is it?
Yeah.
Has it or is it not?
Has it?
Has it. Has it. Because this is auxiliary verb. Main verb is already there. Improved is a main verb. As this is perfect, present perfect tense. So nothing has improved. As auxiliary verb is there in the sentence, we are using that auxiliary verb over here. But as the word nothing.
Nothing is negative.
Two are there. Yeah, two rules are there here. One thing is nothing is there. For that reason, we are using it as the subject in the tag form. One more, as it is a negative word, we are not supposed to use hasn't it. We are supposed to use positive tag, that is right. Now, the last rule what I want to say is it clear with this? Nothing, everything, something, anything. Whenever you come across thing, we are supposed to use it. As a, what you call rocks, and we need to frame that thing. If you come across the word thing, everything, nothing, something, anything, tag of the subject will be it. But if you come across somebody, anybody, nobody, anybody, buddies, then the tag of the subject always will be they. There, they, here, it. That's it. Next. So I instead of explaining, just I want to write the sentence. All of you are convict. All of you are convict. Question tag? You anyhow, okay. Instead of you, I'll use all of them are convict. Question tag?
Aren't they?
That's aren't they? Now I'll tell the rule. First, why I have written the sentence means if I go with the rule, I thought you will not understand. So here, when we are using objective case in the statement, so accordingly, the nominative case of that subject should be used over here, whereas them is objective case, they is nominative case. So nominative case should be used. That is the thing I want to say. Many of us are not willing Many of us are not willing. So question tag?
Are we?
That's all. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Many of us are not willing. As us is objective case. We are using nominative case. Whereas not negative word is there, we are using positive tag. That's all.
Madam,
So these
answer
are
for
my
the first, all of them are connected, aren't they? Or answer, madam?
aren't they?
Aren't they?
Aren't they? Because then once again, if you want clarity regarding that, once I'll write a table over here. This is case. This is first person, second person, and third person. Once again, first person singular form, plural form, singular form, plural form, singular form, and plural form. Now I'll tell the case. Nominative case. Nominative, objective, and possessive. So in nominative case, first person, singular form is I, whereas plural form we. So this I and we, if you go for objective case, I will become me, we will become us. In possessive case, possessive, once again, there are two words, possessive adjectives and possessive pronouns. So as a possessive adjective, we will use my for I. Possessive pronoun will use mine. Whereas for the plural form, we will use our. Our as possessive adjective, ours as possessive pronoun. For the second person, anyhow, singular and plural both are you. Even nominative case and objective case both are you only. Adjective as an adjective will use your. As a pronoun, possessive pronoun, yours, Y-O-U-R-S. Here, he, she, it. As third person singular forms. Plural forms, they. These are nominative case. In nominative case, I, we, you, he, she, it, they are called as nominative case. Whereas in objective case, he will become him, she will become her, it remains same, they will become them. Whereas in possessive adjective, he will become his, her is same, it, them, they will become their. Whereas in pronouns, it will change once again. His, hers, its, and theirs. H-E-I-R-S. Theirs. So that is the reason when we are using, so many people will have a doubt when we are using sublimation form when writing letters or any letter, whatever the letter may be, there you are not supposed to use yours like this, Y-O-U-R''S. That usage is wrong. So in order to mention possessive, already the word yours itself is in possessive pronoun. So you're not supposed to take the help of apostrophe. When we should use apostrophe means when we are introducing a noun, for example, Rani's pen, I can use. But I can say directly it's yours or your pen. Your pen. Because pen is a noun, your is an adjective. Possessive adjective. So see here, possessive adjective is your.
Ma'am, sorry for interrupting you. Possessive
Yes,
adjective for it, it's ma'am actually. Am I wrong? It's.
Yeah, yes,
It's.
absolutely true. It's, is her, it's, it's branch, correct. For example, it's cover, it's branch, its tail, so and so, right? But here, once again, people will confuse IT apostrophe S and ITS. Actually, apostrophe in nominative case, it shows possessive case. But here, exceptional cases with this. It is showing the deletion of letters as just now as we saw for question tags. Instead of NOT, we are writing N apostrophe T, contradicted form. This is also the same way. It apostrophe S means it is. It doesn't mean possessive pronoun or possessive adjective. I think now you got the clarity because few people are having blank face when I'm using the word nominative case, objective case, nominative case, objective case. these words now, these pronouns are stated to be in nominative case. These are stated to be in objective case. The rest, the down words are possessive pronouns. If you are using this possessive adjective, means definitely after these words we have to use noun. Without noun, it is meaningless. We cannot say my. You can say my book, my house, my so and so, or else you can say directly mine. It's mine, or it is my book, it is my pen, it is our house, or it is ours. If you are using pronoun, means there is no necessary to use noun once again. If you are using adjective, means definitely we need to take the help of noun. So that's this is a small tableau form for this cases and pronoun. Nominative case also some people will call it as subjective case. Objective case some people will call it as accusative case. Whatever the name may be, but the words are this. Alright. So with this, I think I have finished question time. If anyone is having any doubt, you can ask me. How else I'll ask? Rambabu sir?
Yeah, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, sir. I'm done with the topic.
Okay, okay.
Before
Yes,
going for the questions, if they want to ask me, I'm ready to answer.
Okay, we'll
If
have
they
a
don't ask
small,
me, I'll ask them.
Yeah, we'll have a small interaction session for a few minutes. And please stop the screen sharing, and then we'll meet.
Yes, sir. I'll stop the screen sharing with only last one question.
Okay.
So that I'll get a clarity whether they have understood or not.
Okay.
I have money. Question tag, please.
Yeah. Respond fast.
Respond. I
Don't
have
I?
money.
Haven't
Don't I, ma'am? Don't I?
Haven't I?
Haven't
No, don't I?
Absolutely right. Don't I, not haven't I. Haven't I is wrong because have, it is showing present tense. Along with the have, if you have V3 form, has plus V3 form, had plus V3 form, then we will consider this auxiliaries because main verb is there.
In this sentence, have is only acting as main verb.
Yes. In the
Yes, ma'am.
sentence, have is acting as main verb, which is representing present tense. That is the reason we are using don't. As I, though I is a singular form, in some cases it will take the help of plural form. We cannot say doesn't I. I is singular, so does is singular. We need to go ahead with the doesn't I now. Why don't I means no. I sometimes will take the plural verb in order to mention. Only in few cases it will take singular form. In other cases it will take plural form only. I have, I do, like that. Even in if conditions, I were, we will not say I was. We'll use plural form only. If I were a bird, I would have flied, like that. So don't I is absolutely right. Thank you. So I think you have understood. Thank you. Yeah, over to Rambabu sir.
Thank you. Yes, and a very, very keen presentation.
Thank you, sir.
And one more important thing, ma'am hasn't missed anything regarding this particular topic. And she has held it into her own hands, and she prepared her own content, and she added something, and she made as some important synopsis, so which are most important, and if it particular place the people will easily get confused. So really, ma'am, hats off. Now we are all giving a big round of applause.
Thank
for
you, sir.
your great attempt. So thank you. Now we'll take just a few questions from the people, and after that we'll wind up the session by taking final words from you again.
I want to actually give an example, right? This, please suggest me it is right or wrong. This session was excellent, wasn't it? Is it right or wrong?
Absolutely.
So I have understood. Thank you, ma'am.
Because this is an introductory word which you are using in the statement. So for that reason, you are using subject as it. And for was it?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Indirectly, you are, praising Thank you.
I have a very small time, that's why. I don't want to kill anyone's time.
Okay.
One cannot live all alone. The question tag, madam.
One cannot
Live all alone.
One cannot live. Yeah, one cannot live
All
alone.
alone. All alone.
Ah.
All alone.
Alone.
Alone. He is
Alone.
asking.
Yes.
Alone. Yeah, the question tag definitely it will be, as you are using negative form, the question tag will be positive. And one is an introductory word, so we can say can one. Question tag with a question word.
Madam, this is a one exception, madam. Can we or you? This is the answer, madam. Can we or you?
Can we or can you?
Madam.
Yeah, that's what. We and you both can be represented by one. Actually, one is an opening word, one and that. So when we are using once again that possessiveness in the statement, we can take that as possessive. If at all it is not a tag, we can go ahead with the possessive for one form only. If at all it is introductory, we can use one, or if we can represent in the second person and third person. Absolutely, both are right. All three are right. We can use one, we can use we can use you also, but we cannot go ahead with first person.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you for.
For possessive means, for example, see, one should respect. I said one should respect her country, their country, his country. That is wrong. Because as it is an introductory word in the sentence, the possessive pronoun should be regarding one only. One should respect one's country is absolutely right. But here in question tag, we have to use, if you are using one as an introductory word, we have to use one only. But it is no way wrong. No one says that it is wrong if you are using second person and third person. But first person, second and third person.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, so Prakash, thank you. Now I would like to invite VMC Kolavanti Srinivas Rao from Vijayawada. Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you, sir. Would you like to ask anything? Please respond.
I got a clear cut picture about the question tags.
Oh, thank you.
I know just about to do forms and models, all these auxiliaries previously. But now I am very acquainted with so much knowledge due to the madam. Thank you very much, madam. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, sir. Thank you. Rajeshwari, ma'am.
Good evening, sir.
Very good evening,
madam.
Very good evening, ma'am. Yeah.
I don't have any doubt, sir. I always love to listen madam class.
Okay. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, and
Rambabu sir,
please, ma'am.
just one more thing I want to say. As earlier, I forgot the sir's name, but he asked. So when we are using question tags for truths, we can give along with the answer yes or no. For example, milk is white. So the question tag for it, along with answer, if you want to respond with answer, we can say yes, it is. Yes, it is. No, isn't it? Positive with positive, negative with negative. So no, one cannot live alone is also a truth. Something like that. We can go along with the answer. Yes.
Yeah.
We can. No, we can't.
Yes.
That way also we can respond.
Yes. Okay, ma'am. Thank you. And here, Shivaprakash. Yeah, here.
In short answers, sir.
Okay. Shivaprakash. Okay, Shivaprakash. Now here, Swapna Pabba is there. Ma'am, can you hear me? Swapna, ma'am.
Yeah, good evening, everyone.
Yeah, very good evening, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, that is very nice, sir. So I never heard this much depth in question tags.
Oh, great.
I learned
I think this is very much useful for writing competitive exams.
Yes, ma'am. Now, by taking final words from Suresh Gaur sir, we'll wind up the session.
Yeah, thank you, sir, and thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
And as Swapna ma'am said, it's very new to me, ma'am. Even I learned many things today. Actually, ma'am, I never learned question tags. I have gone through some books and as well as, but it long ago. But it's very clear to me that even I have written notes also, so that I can also teach, because that much clarity you have given. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, ma'am, and over to you.
Yeah, first of all, thank you all. Thank you everyone for giving all your ears to me for the session. I thought you may feel bored because it's a little bit lengthy. First of all, I thought of showing the PPT and explain, but I said to Rambabu sir in evening, I have prepared the PPT sitting for 2 hours, but I didn't use that PPT. I have used only 2 slides. There I have clearly mentioned in the slide that apart from the books, I want to teach. You will never find these rules in any grammar book.
Exactly.
So that is the thing I want to say, as our coach Suresh sir said. So I recollected that word. So if you go for any grammar book, I don't think that you'll find all these rules, because I have prepared my own on my own. And thank you all for your appreciations and listening me patiently. And whatever the topic I take, either it is question tags or some other verbs, active voice, passive voice, I want to teach in my own way. That is the thing I want to see. Whatever the rules and regulations from many books, I am also a bookworm. I'll read the books from internet. I'll collect a lot of data will be there. But again, I'll segregate and I want to create my special way of teaching of grammar. And I'm very much passionate to teach grammar. My teachers, every one of my teachers knows that. So few people have seen today, I think. So thank you, sir, once again. Thank you very much for giving this platform to show my creativity in that. First, when I thought question tags, what should I say? I thought, but without second thought, I said, Rambabu sir, okay, I'll go ahead with question tags. But later on, I thought, what should I say about question tags? Then I sat for 2 hours and I prepared everything. Then today, this is it. So thank you, sir. Thank you once again. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you and good night.